So the Sega Mega Drive and Sega Genesis is one of my all-time favourite consoles, and I'm on a childhood quest to try collect every single Sega Mega Drive game, or at least every single UK Mega Drive game. I spent 4 hours travelling up north to the Birmingham gaming market where I picked up a ton of games. I also imported 2 games from different countries to get me that little bit closer to a full PAL collection. It's time for this month's Collector's Edition. Now before we get into this lot here, if you're new to the channel, you love retro gaming, you love the Genesis and Mega Drive, it'd be awesome if you consider subscribing. I love this community that we're growing here at the Retro Gamer Boy channel. Guys that come along to Live at the Arcade, when we chat in the comments below, the discussions are always awesome, and it's brilliant to be part of such an awesome group of people. So we're going to look at those games that I picked up at the market. I also had some games imported, and I bought a couple of indie games as well for the collection. We're going to take a look at these now, and I've got a couple of tips for those of you who like to protect your Sega Mega Drive and Genesis games, specifically when we're looking at the cardboard box variants. Let's get on with the Collector's Edition. We're going to start off with the games that I picked up at the Birmingham gaming market, and the first one here is Super Highlight. It's a role-playing game. It's not a great role-playing game. You see from the footage here, it kind of feels a little bit last gen, maybe 8-bit. I'd say it's more 8-bit role-playing game, but I'll get round to playing it fully. I've only put a couple of hours into it so far. A little bit of damage on the corner here, so I'll probably replace the box. But the sleeve inside of it is pretty good, manual's good, and so's the cartridge. Sword of Vermilion, another RPG. I don't have too many RPGs except for the main one, so good to get another one in the collection. This one again, it's not going to blow you away, but it's got some interesting mechanics whenever you have an enemy encounter in this like 3D maze that you're navigating in terms of the world map. You go into a real-time battle where you actually use your sword, run around a map and hit people, kind of Final Fantasy XII-esque. Box and game, manual, all in great condition. Dynamite Heady. Now, I saw this when I was a young lad, but I was kind of not blown away by it, and I think because I was judging on the art cover and the character, I just don't think the character really appealed to me. But I've been playing a good couple of hours of this since I've got it home, and I've got to say I'm really impressed. The presentation in this game is absolutely stunning. It's amazing, some of the visual effects they're doing here, and I really enjoyed the kind of variation in the platforming. So I'm going to put a lot more time into Dynamite Heady. I'm going to try finish this maybe this week or next week, but really surprised by it. For a game that I kind of dismissed, I think because of the cover art and because of the character when I was younger, it's great to find games like this, because they're a real surprise, a real kind of hidden gem, if not for others. For me, this was a real hidden gem for me. The Simpsons Bart's Nightmare. Now, I know nothing about this title before I bought it. I knew it existed, but I only found out it existed when I started going for the full collection. I hadn't known about it when it originally came out. Had a quick play of it, not overly impressed. The manual's not too great. A little bit scuffed and wrinkled, but I'll do some repair work on that, get it looking a little bit better, and I may replace it later on. But yeah, as a game, I mean, it's interesting. There's some really interesting visual parts of it. They've got, it's kind of like a load of mini games or mini levels, each with a different mechanic in it, which is pretty impressive in itself. But it didn't blow me away. I mean, it hasn't blown me away yet. But I'll give it a little bit more time and see if it grows on me. Probotector. This is what we got in Europe instead of Contra, and it's pretty much exactly the same as Contra. They've changed out the sprites, and actually some of the levels have changed a little bit. There's a little bit of tweaking on some of the mechanics apparently, and definitely on some of the levels and some of the visuals for the levels. But Konami did an amazing job with this port. Even though they swapped out the characters, it plays stunningly. Really fast, really reactive, really hard. Everything you'd expect from a Contra-esque game. And I've heard some collectors say that they prefer Probotector to Contra Hard Corps, and I don't know yet because I've not played Contra Hard Corps, but I'm imagining the reason why they probably like it more, maybe because it came out after Contra, and so any fixes or improvements would have made their way into this copy. Pitfall! Yes! I loved Pitfall. Now, I had it on the Sega Mega CD when it came out. I never had it on the Mega Drive. But this game is so polished. Really, really nice visually. The manual's not in the great condition there. Got a bit of a dog ear there, but this protective cover that I've got from retroprotect.co.uk, that will protect it. A little bit of a plug for the guys there, but that will protect it and kind of straighten it out for me. But yeah, I love this game. If you've never played this game, it is definitely worth picking up or emulating if you're into emulation. Just the visuals are stunning. The platforming I absolutely love. So for me, this was a game that I've wanted to get for a while, and I'm really happy to add it to the collection. It's not too much different from the Mega CD version, which is really good. Yogi Bear Cartoon Capers. Never really heard of it until I started collecting for Mega Drive. Presentation's nice. Gameplay's pretty standard. Summer Challenge. This is another cardboard box game, so this is the second cardboard box game I've got in the collection. It's not in too bad condition, a bit scuffed, a couple of little sticker marks, but you know, the box is pretty sturdy, the colours are good, the main cover hasn't been damaged, and it's got all the pieces. So just a little tip here, and this is what I was talking about earlier in the video. If you want to protect the manuals here, if you get Super Nintendo plastic sleeves, then they go around these manuals perfectly. If you get Mega Drive ones or the EA ones, they won't fit around, they're just a little too small. But the Super Nintendo ones fit perfectly. Like I said, you can get those from RetroProtect. Out you come. And there's the game as well. A little bit of damage on the box there. I'll use some PVA, just to small amounts of watered down PVA just to sturdy it up. You'll still see it was ripped, but it won't move. So tip number one, SNES plastic sleeves for the manuals, and then something I'm really happy about that I discovered as well is that if you get the hard plastic boxes, don't buy a Mega Drive one. Again, buy a Super Nintendo one, because these boxes are just a little bit wider, just a little bit taller, but they fit perfectly into a Super Nintendo plastic protector. And so if you want to protect your cardboard boxes for the Mega Drive, get one of those, and it fits perfectly, nice and snug, and will look after the cardboard inside. I also went to another game store while I was on holiday in Somerset. That's in the UK, for those that are watching outside of the UK. And I found another one. This is Winter Challenge. Again, I've got it in the plastic protector here. And this one is in even better condition when compared to the Summer Sports one. Doesn't have the poster, so it says it should come with a poster. I don't have that. And there's the security bar down the side there that's starting to peel, but don't want to take that off because that will rip it. And again, this comes with its manual, and I've used the Super Nintendo manual sleeve to protect that, and the game is in pretty good condition. So really happy to get some really nice conditioned cardboard box. I know there's people out there that have better condition ones, but for me those were good finds. On to some of the indie titles now, and we got Debtor. This is from PSCD Games. I've got their full collection, so we'll probably do a video at some point. Definitely worth checking this game out here. It's got a little mini manual here, but still custom cart, custom label, nicely packaged. These guys are based in Russia, so it'll take you a couple of weeks to order these and get them in. But this is a fun little modern independent game. Also published by PSCD Games, we've got Alien Cat 2. This is a genius puzzle game. This is where you've got two cats, and basically they move together. So when one moves down, the other one moves down. And you've got to solve puzzles and get out of the maze by getting one stuck or moving one into a wall so the other one can move down. It's just super clever, and again comes with a full color manual. Nice cartridge there. Definitely worth picking up. It's a brilliant puzzle game, this one. Really enjoyed playing this. Last of the indie titles, we've already covered this. This is the Neo-Fid Demons of Asterburg. And if you haven't got this yet, please go out and get it. Please go out and get it. You deserve it. Now, it is out on Steam and I think out on like the Nintendo Switch, maybe the PlayStation and Xbox as well. So you can play it without playing it on the Mega Drive. But if you can get a hold of this, if you can afford it, it's definitely worth getting. Really beautiful AAA Sega Mega Drive title here. Had a lot of fun playing this. Haven't finished it on the Mega Drive, finished it on Steam. I need to get a little bit more time to play Mega Drive games, and then I'll have a full, complete save file on this as well. But brilliant, stunning game to get. Second to last game now, import game, and this is going to go a little bit towards collecting a full PAL collection. This is the Swedish version of NFL 95. This is a new ROM, it's not a cover variant or anything like that. So it's got all the Swedish teams in there, Swedish presenter. It's got a little bit of writing down the side here. But these have been hard to get hold of. I know 96 is up on eBay at the moment, but it's going for way above its market price. So I'm not going to indulge in that until it comes down to something that's a little bit more reasonable. But happy to pick this up, especially as most of the time you have to import games that come from outside the UK, obviously. So yeah, I was happy to pick this up. And then this is another PAL game, and it's a PAL game because it's got this little sticker in the corner here. LaRusso Baseball 95, never released in Europe or the UK, only released in the States and Australia. I was looking to pick up one of these games, pretty tough to find because obviously it came out in Australia. I've really wanted to add it to the collection. I finally found it and I thought it was in America, so I contacted my friend Tom from Do You Nerd. He let me know that it wasn't in America at all. It was in Australia, this copy. It was super cheap. I think I got it from some second-hand store. He contacted RetrospectReviews. RetrospectReviews really kindly, go check out his channel. He really kindly went and got this for me and shipped it over to me. Brilliant to get this in the collection. Like I said, pretty much if you go to Australia, you can probably pick one up now and then. In the UK, it's even harder because it wasn't released over here. So great selection of games there, some import, some indie, some rarer games and some filler, to be honest with you, but really happy to add all of these to the collection. It's growing, we're getting a little bit closer, under 200 left to collect now, which still is a ton of games to pick up, but that just means it's still really interesting building out the collection, and I'm not just left with all the expensive games. Like we said at the beginning, if you love your retro gaming and your Mega Drive and Genesis gaming, then why not subscribe? You can do this by clicking on a little button just below this video here. And we make brand new retro gaming videos every single Monday. And so that you never miss an episode, you can click on a bell also just below this video. And if you can't wait until Monday, then don't worry, because we got a huge back catalogue of retro gaming and Sega Mega Drive and Genesis videos, 2 of which you can watch over here. No, I'm not falling over with these.